Hello, my name is Thomas Poirier and I'm Product Development Director at AxHub. Today I will show you how to use ANALOX SDA sensors with the AxView 3-diver system. First, let's start by opening the AxDDM software and create a new project. I will introduce you to the hardware I'm using for this demonstration. First, I'm using a AxView 3-diver system, a Panasonic FZG1 toughpad, 3 ANALOX oxygen sensors powered by an external power source connected to the AxView through a 6-pin connector. In the software, first go to the Options tab. There you will see the ANALOX Options page. For this page to be enabled, your software must first be registered with an appropriate license. In the Options page, you will see two buttons. One is to configure sensors, and the other is to configure charts. First, go to the Configure Charts button. By default, you already have one chart in the software. You can add as many charts as you want by clicking the Add Chart button. To delete a chart, hover your mouse over it, go to the top left corner and click on the red X button. To change the title of one of your charts, go to the corresponding text box and type any name you want for the chart. Here I will name this one Diver 1 Oxygen. You can set high and low alarms for the chart using the Enable button and the corresponding text boxes. Strip lines will appear on the chart showing the triggers not to be passed by the sensors, or otherwise there will be an alarm that will be showed with 2 parameters. You will first see the Options and ANALOX Options button flash yellow and orange if it's a caution alarm, or red and orange if it's a danger alarm. Also, you will hear the software make an alarm sound, but I will show you this in a few moments. For now, let's click Apply and go to the Configure Sensors page. Here, you can add as many sensors as you want. To connect to the sensors using the software, you must first enter the serial number of the sensors. It is important when you enter the serial numbers that you enter the full serial number, including all letters and numbers. To make it easy to recognize which sensors is attached to which diver, you can also give a name to any of your sensors. If you happen to add too many sensors, you can delete any of the sensors by hovering your mouse over it and clicking on the Delete button in the top right corner. When ready to start communication, click on the Start Communication button to start retrieving data from your sensors. When you click on this button, the software will scroll through all COM ports on the computer and find any ANALOX device that could be on any of the COM ports. You can see that the software has found all the sensors because all data have been updated. You can see the value, the units, and the status of each of my oxygen sensors. There are 2 possible status, OK or fault. The last thing to configure before going back to the main page is to link each sensor to a chart. In my case, I only have one chart, so I'm going to put all my sensors on the first chart. You can also set the display color of each sensor on the chart. For instance, I'm going to set the 3rd sensor on green, the 2nd sensor on red, and I'm going to leave the 1st sensor on blue. Back in the main page, you can now see that my chart is being updated with each data from each sensor. On the left column, you can see the value, the name of the sensor, and the serial number. I am now going to show you how alarm works by changing the oxygen level of one of my sensors. As soon as the data is going to go below the triggers I've set in the Configure Charts menu, you hear the alarm and you see the buttons flashing, yellow and orange because I'm under the red line. If I would be between the yellow line and the red line, the buttons would flash yellow and orange instead of red and orange. You can set mute to the alarms by clicking on the mute buttons. This way, if the alarm is to be triggered, you won't hear any sound, but you will still see the visual indicators. At any time, you can save the chart by clicking the Save Chart button. Then, to see your image, you simply have to go in Documents, AxDDM, the name of your project, and go to Images, and you will see all images you've taken of the chart. Also, all data are saved in the raw data folder, so this acts as a data logging system for your ANALOX oxygen sensors, or any ANALOX sensors. Data are saved in a file under the name of the serial number of the device. One last thing I would like to discuss is about startup parameters. In the Options tab, you can go to the Software Options page to set startup parameters. You will see a checkbox that allows you to show ANALOX SDA at Startup page. By clicking in this checkbox, every time you open the software, you will be prompted with a window asking you to configure the ANALOX software sensors without having to go through the ANALOX options, configure sensors, etc. So let me show you how it works. So I click here in the checkbox, and then I'm going to close the software and save the parameters. Then, when I open the software, I will now load an existing project, and because I clicked on the checkbox that showed the configure ANALOX sensors, I'm prompted with a window that allows me to configure my sensors. Here I can still delete sensors, add new sensors, or just connect to already set sensors. So I click on the Initialize Communication button, and we can see that the software has retrieved all my sensors. So I can now click on Finish, and this way I don't have to go in the ANALOX options page, go to Configure Sensors to start the communication. I can do it at Software Startup. So that's it for my demonstration of today. Thank you for watching.